Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm just gonna be making some cold calls here, increasing my rep. What's going on, everybody? And let's see. Once we go live, we'll be able to go. Perfect. We are going live right now. Hey, what's going on? Once again, I'm just gonna be getting some reps in, doing some cold calls. I also want to record some content because I got some really good information for you. Not just to help you in your cold calling, but also to help you with your state of mind. And these are timeless truths that I'm learning, and I just want to pass that on to you. My nature is to be a teacher. I like to tell people things that I'm learning and whatnot. And if I'm learning a gem that is really good and it's going to help my life out, by all means, I want to pass that on to you. But at the same time, I have a business that I want to run. So I'm trying to seamlessly blend the two together into a beautiful piece of art. And that's what you see here in the video. So you're gonna see me doing some calling, and I hope that doesn't, kind of interfere with what you're trying to learn here as well. But at the same time, I do wanna, express and teach what I've been learning about this. Now, the cool thing, if you've seen in the thumbnail, is that I'm reading this book called The Obstacle is the Way. And I actually look forward to, doing a book review on a different video where I actually sit down and read from the book and do some insights and perspectives on it. This is not the video for that. Right now, the video is going to be about cold calling my prospects. I'm a local real estate investor here in the area. So what I did was I was doing some driving for dollars, and I took note of some properties that I want to make phone calls to. That's what I'm going to do here. But here and there, you will see me sprinkle in some of the ideas that I'm getting from this book here. But this is also a preview of that video that I'm going to be recording about this book, because it's full of really good truths that it's not only going to help you in your life and go through the trials, but especially when it comes to, calling individuals. And as you know, with cold calling, the reason why a lot of people shy away from it is because of the negative blowback that they're getting from the individuals that are making these calls. That they answer and they're really rough, or getting a lot of rejection. Well, to counter the rejection, and for you to have a sort of protective barrier to that mentally, you're going to be needing information from this book. Okay, so and there's many books out there, but I think that this is one of the books that should get your attention. And then look, on top of that, it's not that big. I was hoping for like a big textbook, but you know what? A little book like this that costs $25 at your local bookstore will do the trick. All right, so I basically got my situation set up. I got here in front of me my computer. I got the numbers already pulled up. And I got my other computer here with some background noise. The background noise I have here is actually some office background noise. Let me see if you can hear that real quick. You can probably hear that, right? And it kind of does sound like I'm working inside of the office. And you can hear some phones ringing. You can hear some people talking in the background. So it does make it seem like I am working in an office. So that's just a little cute little thing I wanted to add to my calls, so the person on the other line would see that, hey, this is a legit business. Now, we as a small business, hey, we are struggling with, getting people to understand that. But this is just an added layer that we add to this, okay? The other thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to have my recorder on, so that when I am speaking with an individual, I'm going to have this recording, and I will be able to, basically come back to the conversation I had with the seller. Let's say, for example, they're a motivated seller, and I could go back to it and get some more information with me. And then after I get the information, I just delete the audio because I don't need it anymore. I just hear it so that I can pick up extra information that I missed, okay? These appointments, these conversations with sellers are absolutely important. And that's why I want to make sure that I get the right notes. Yes, I'll be writing notes here in my notebook, but I also want to make sure that I get this as clear as possible, okay? So I record this only for my personal use. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start making some calls, and hopefully you can learn some thing here about me, how I cold call, etc. Notice also I'm not sitting down. I'm actually standing up this time, and I feel like if I'm standing up, if I'm moving around, etc., I'm able to better concentrate and focus on the person, and they can feel my enthusiasm through the phone, hopefully, okay? Let's go ahead and start just making some calls real quick, because I want to get this going, okay? Let me just start calling, and I'll start talking through this. All right, here we go. Who's cooking popcorn over there? All right. Here we go. All right. Well, that's dialing. I'm going to
Andy Clinky. I can't get the phone right now, but if you leave your name and a message, I'll return.
Okay, so that's a no answer. And I'm using Google Sheets for my CRM. I got all the names there, and I write notes there as well. And I keep a log of the conversations that I've had with individuals here. All right, next call. All right.
This is Julian.
Hi. Hey, I'm looking actually for Muna Rashid. Did I get the right number?
No, you guys call all the time, and
Oh, no.
this is not her cell phone. This is not the correct number. No.
Okay, I'll take you off the list in here. Thank you very much, okay?
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You guys call all the time. You know what that shows me? That shows me that people, investors, are looking in this area because this particular area is a hot spot. Now, in another video, I could show you how to find hot spots and all that stuff, but that just shows me, hey, I'm kind of late to the party, so you know I kind of got to step it up with the way I speak with individuals, you know, because there's a lot of competition, and that is okay because it keeps us sharp and it keeps us basically on our toes, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna call this next one here. $385. Okay, making calls.
Hello, this is Ron.
Hey, Ron, this is Louis. I'm actually calling about your property over there on McConnell Avenue. You got a minute?
Sure. Can you hold on 1 second?
Yeah, of course, no problem.
Yeah, how can I help you?
Hey, Ronald. The reason I'm calling is because I was actually driving by the area the other day. As a local real estate investor, I just wanted to see if you were ever open to getting an offer on the property on McConnell Avenue.
No. I'm not interested in selling yet. I appreciate the.
Yeah,
I'll keep your number handy if I'm interested in selling.
definitely. All right, perfect. Thanks a lot, Ronald.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that call went very well. And, you know, I was actually practicing my cold call script. I wrote it yesterday. And throughout the day, you know, for 45 minutes straight, I just kept repeating, you know, the 4 lines. I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this? Because if you want to sound fluid and you want to sound smooth in your cold calling, okay, you don't want to sound like a novice because then people get turned off by that and they don't want to do business. Remember, people want to do business with people they know and trust. So yeah, they don't know you, but if you come across as a confident person, you're going to convey that, you know, that professionalism, and they're going to trust you a little bit more, you know. But the thing is, yesterday I was practicing my lines. I said to myself, okay, what kind of tonality should I have when I speak with individuals? And I said, okay, let me practice this. Hey, I'm looking for so-and-so. Is this him? Or, hey, is this blah, blah, blah? Hey, how's it going? And then I said to myself, okay, to get their attention, I'm going to get to say something that's relevant to them, okay? Hey, I'm calling about, I get right to the point. I'm calling about this property, blah, blah, blah. And then I don't give them time to react to, oh, what about the property or something like that. Let's go back a little bit. I say my name. Hey, I'm Louis. I'm calling about. And then I ask, do you got a minute? Just like I did right here in this phone call. I don't know if you noticed that. Hey, I am Louis. I have this property here that I'm talking about. And do you have a minute? So that way they can respond with a yes or no. Now that I set them up in that way, if they say, no, I don't have time, that's great. When's a better time to call back? Oh, 4 o'clock today is okay. Hey, now you kind of got an appointment. So when you call them back later at 4 o'clock, you would at least have that touching point. Hey, I called you earlier today. We spoke about this, and you said I could call you at 4 o'clock. So now it's like you're that position of power in a sense where, hey, now they're okay with you calling them, and that's how it goes. Now, if they say yes, this is a good time, I got a minute, then you can go ahead and, hey, talk to them, be honest with them. Hey, I was driving around your area, and I really like the neighborhood. But this is where you talk about how you are an investor, right? You say to them, like you saw me, I was driving by the area, okay? As an investor, I was wondering if you know what I'm saying? So as you say it that way in a smooth conversational tonality, the person understands, hey, this is your name, you're about getting a property, you're an investor, and my question basically is, hey, do you want to get an offer on the property? That's all I'm asking. I'm not saying, hey, your house looks like shit and that you need to sell this piece of crap to me so I can fix it up and I can make none of that stuff. Okay, so that's how I do it. And if they say no, and then at that point he kind of did it for me here. If you heard the last message, the last phone call I made about 5 minutes ago, right? I talked too much, but you notice that he himself took the initiative to say, hey, you know what? I will save your number, and if I am interested in selling the house, I'll give you a call back. He did the work for me, but normally what I would do is this. If they say no, and say, hey, you know what? I'm not interested in selling. What I would then say is, I say, great, that's fine, because I have this positive tonality, right? So I'm going to say, no, it's fine. You know what? Tell you what, keep my number if you ever change your mind, or if you know somebody that needs to sell their house, not wants, but needs to sell their house, give them a call. We'll have a conversation about it. That's how I do it, okay? You can have your own style. This is a good thing about having your own business, and you basically are coming up with your own flavor of this, okay? But as long as you have, this is why I've read, many books about cold calling, etc. But they basically say that if you have, all right, the basic information you need, the basic questions, like you go into the conversation, like, look, I need to know if they sell their house. If they do, okay, I need to know the condition of the house. I need to know, what's the price they're asking for. I need to know whether or not they want to sell quickly. I want to know if they're motivated or not. Okay, now that I have those main things, then yes, conversationally, you can introduce those things, okay? Cold calling gives you the opportunity to practice, okay? The conversational tonality and your sales skills, etc., okay? So anyway, that was Ronald, and I will go ahead and just put here not interested, okay? And I will call him back maybe in 60 days or something, okay? All right, we'll see. If they're not interested though, I just take them off the list. All right, let's go with the next one here. Yeah, Terry, let's go. All right, on to the next one. No delay. I'm dialing the next number. Hey, Terry, this is Louis. Actually, just calling about your property over there on Oakwood Avenue. You got a minute?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Okay, no worries. Thank you very much. Okay, so he just said no, thank you. He basically brushed it off. He doesn't want to. Now, I could have been persistent and been like, okay, and that's the thing too. I need to remember to be persistent. Okay, sales is about persistence. He says no, thank you. Okay, no, thank you right now. Can I call you back later? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna learn that, as you should as well. That hey, sales is about being persistent. It's about continuing to ask and ask and ask. I have this screensaver in my phone that says, if I persist, I win. So, keep that in mind. Have that mindset, okay? Let's keep it moving. All right, we are good to go. All right, keep it moving. So I'm going to highlight this name while I dial the next number. Okay. Let's see how it goes. Well, out of the last 4, 3 answered. That's pretty good. Making contact. It's a numbers game to me, so
please leave your message for
the more we do.
3 1 4 4 2 6 7.
Yeah, I'm not gonna leave a voicemail on this one. All right, let's keep it moving. To the next dial. Kyle. That kind of rhymed. That's pretty cool. Okay. Moving along.
Hello?
Hey, is this Kyle?
May I ask who's speaking?
Yes, sir. My name's Louis. I'm actually calling about a property over there on National Street that you got a minute?
Who are you with and what's this about?
All right, yeah. My name is Louis. I'm from a local real estate investment company, and I was just driving the area the other day, and I just wanted to ask you if you're ever open to getting a cash offer on the property. Have you ever considered that?
I don't know how you got my number, but please take me off any call list you have. I do not wish to receive any further calls, and if I do, I will report it. Have a good one.
Thank you very much. He did the right thing by just letting me know to take him off the list, and that's what we will do because we are professionals. The law says, and this is the thing where some people get tripped up. If you don't understand the cold calling laws and whatnot, this kind of conversation, his reaction, he was really, really actual cordial. He was nice about it. He could have been a big jerk and just cussed me out, etc. But he didn't, which is cool. But normally someone would have been like, and that was me early on as well. I would have heard this and I would have been like, oh man, am I breaking the law? Am I illegal? Are they going to come after me? What's going on? And that'll dissuade and, basically, blow out and discourage a bunch of cold callers. And that's the reason why. If you read the law and understand this, hey, if we call this number and they ask us to take them off the list, then we are responsible as a business to take them off the list and we cannot call them anymore. And yes, we're continually looking to understand the law. Obviously, we want to make sure that we're doing things by the book. So he asked me that and I will comply. Okay. Nothing wrong with that at all. Keep it moving. All right. So that kind of actually brings me into a segue real quick. Here in the book that I'm reading, The Obstacle is the Way. When things happen, like for example, let's say that this guy here was a very difficult person and he gave me an angry reaction and cussed me out and made me feel like I don't matter, etc. Okay. Life's gonna be throwing you things like that, okay? But things happen. It's up to you to decide whether or not that thing that happened to you was a bad thing or it was a good thing, okay? Because in and of themselves, the circumstances happen, right? But who puts the label on it? Have you ever thought about that? Why do I think that was a bad thing? Or why do I feel rejected? Well, who told you that that was a rejection? Was it you? Yes, it was. In your mind, you had that thought come up like, I can't believe I just got rejected. I can't believe he hurt me or she hurt me. Because you already judged in your mind that that was a bad thing. But you know what? You don't have to say that was a bad thing. Now, yes, of course, the boundaries, etc., right? But I'm just letting you know that when things happen like randomly, like in the business or whatever, or someone cuts you off in traffic, if you want to stay under control and control your emotions and whatnot, okay? If you want to have control over your emotions and control over your life and how you respond to it, then the story you tell yourself is of utmost importance, okay? So that's really, really cool. Actually, let me just read it real quick here. It says, there is no good or bad without us. There is only perception. There is the event itself, and then the story we tell ourselves about what it means. So just consider that, okay? When you're calling and you're trying to do some deals and whatnot and you get rejection and someone hangs up the phone on you or someone tells you, hey, don't call me anymore. Suddenly, behind the scenes, your mind starts to work. What just happened? Oh my goodness, I wasn't expecting that. And suddenly you want to quit. And not only are you quitting the work of cold calling, but you're quitting on your dreams perhaps. Or you're quitting a lifestyle that you feel you deserve. And now, all these things happen afterwards only because you chose to take that sort of rejection. Or you say, oh, it's been months and I still don't have any results. Well, you're translating that event into a bad meaning, giving it a bad meaning, and now you're very discouraged. So just be careful what you tell yourself and just continue to be encouraged, okay? All right, so we're going to continue doing this. It's been about 20 minutes or so, and I've only gotten 8 calls in. So Kyle said, don't call me, and we will not dial Kyle anymore. All right, keep it moving. All right, 2. Another thing too is you don't want to end the call on a bad note. You know what I'm saying? Let me dial this number again. It says here was a bad area code, so I think I was dialing it incorrectly. Let's keep it moving. I wonder how many calls these people have been getting.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Bill Bear.
Is not available.
Will Bear. All right. Not available. We're moving on to the next one. All right. Making sure the number's right. Here we go. Dialing the next number. All right.
Has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
All right. No
Bye.
answer. So now we're getting a little bit of a dry run here, right? Let's call Mark.
Hi, this is the Google Assistant. Can I ask what you're calling about?
Hi, this is Louis.
All right, hang on while I try to
So
reach them.
instead of let me see.
Sorry, but I couldn't get a hold of them. If there's anything else.
All right, so that ended. Very good. And I'm gonna keep it moving. So Mark didn't answer. Let's go back. Let's go to the next one now. Keep it moving. Okay.
We're sorry. All circuits are busy now. Please
All
try
right.
your call again.
So no worries, we're gonna keep on moving. We're like a machine, so we're gonna just keep dialing. But before I do that, like always, I want to continue to provide, sort of encouraging content to you. And the thing is, I'm reading this book called "The Obstacle Is the Way," and one of these. I mean, every single chapter has a lot of good information. Like I said, I'm gonna be recording a video where I read through the book, and I'm also putting in some perspectives and things like that. But in this video, I'm basically, doing my business work and I'm calling individuals and whatnot. But here and there, I like to pepper in some of the sayings that I got and implementing them and sort of applying them to my cold calling work. And, one of the things is that one of the things that stops us from cold calling is that we are afraid of rejection and afraid of people and what they might do to us. Or, I mean, it's over the phone, but we feel threatened anyway that they're going to come after us for whatever reason. Or we just feel the fear because they're a stranger and whatnot. I tell you what, that the more you cold call, the more that is going to become a thing of the past. You're going to almost get callous to, the fear of what can happen. And the more you do something, the more it's going to get, in a sense, boring, and that'll help you overcome. But another thing that you want to do is that you want to work on the way in which you take in information. So if you have a situation in which things happen to you, again, we're talking about the perception here and how you respond to things, okay? Here's a great quote that I actually got in this book here from Marcus Aurelius, all right? Marcus Aurelius. And I really love this quote here. I actually put it on my Instagram story just today. It says here, choose not to be harmed. Let me start again, watch. Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. Things happen in and of themselves. but it's your interpretation of the events that happen that you basically put a bad or a good label on it, and then from that label we respond, and then that's why we feel hurt. You know what I'm saying? So make sure to, you know, understand how you respond to things before you respond. Like, you know, put a label that is empowering to you. You know, they cannot take away your response to it. Like if I call somebody right now and they just cuss me out, I mean, I'm not really gonna feel that hurt anymore. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of you that are wanting to get into cold calling and wanting to get into the business side of things here, you're gonna have to, especially if you're in sales, you're gonna have to talk to a lot of people, and you're gonna get a lot of rejections. And yes, you're gonna fine tune your craft, and you're gonna be able to, you know, improve yourself, because that's what we do. We are always improving ourselves and adapting and adjusting to things, right? But if you don't work on yourself first and how you respond, you're gonna be demoralized very, very quickly, and you're gonna want to quit. You're gonna be stuck working a job that you don't want to be working. So if you want to get out of that hole, you know, come to this channel. I am always putting up content that's going to be encouraging you, giving you right mindset in order for you to get moving ahead of things. Okay, so let's keep making some calls here. By no means are we going to, and you know, the other thing too is, by you watching me do these cold calls, I'm also, you know, having thoughts about, hey, maybe I shouldn't call this person because a name might imply this and that. Or you're seeing me get, you know, rejected in real time, and you're able to see how I respond to that. Now, I might respond in a good way, or I might slip up and respond in a way that's weak or whatever. But even through hearing what I'm talking about here and reading books like this and other self-improvement books that I have in my library, I'm able to adjust myself and adjust my attitude regularly and in real time right now here in the videos. So I'm going to keep on calling here some more leads. I've already called about 10 or so. I am talking a lot, but that's a good thing, because I'm here to teach you and to sort of go over my notes as well. So I'm off for it. Okay. It's a nice day out there.
Hello?
Hello, hey, I'm looking for Blaze.
Yeah, Tim.
Hey, how's it going, Blaze? My name is Louis. I was actually calling about your property in National Street. You got a minute?
Well, it's lunchtime. What time do you eat?
I'm already hungry. Yes. Well, I was driving by your neighborhood the other day. As a local real estate investor, I was looking at the area. I wanted to know if you were ever interested in getting an offer, a cash offer for the property you got over there.
No, not right now. Thank you very much.
All right, no problem. Thanks a lot. Enjoy your lunch. Okay, I am getting hungry actually. He just reminded me. It's 12:30. So actually it's lunchtime. Let's see. So he's not interested. I'm gonna just update that. All right, cool. Let's keep it moving. You know what? I feel like placing an order for a sandwich and just eating it. So I might just do that while I'm talking. Let's see if I could do this. I'm gonna actually order lunch, because I mean it is lunchtime right now, and I still want to keep on you know, talking about what I am learning here in this book called have you ever read this book? I mean, this is a really, really good book. I got the audio version of it, so I was able to listen to it as I was driving around. So, you know, as I had both hands on the wheel and I'm listening to this audio book here. And so we are doing some cold calls right now. And I just want to make sure that we are getting some good feedback here. Don't talk about feeding because I'm hungry. Hey, it's all good though. But really, I do want to make sure that you are getting some good content here. And I want to make sure that you are understanding that, you know, your mindset and the way you respond to things is super, super important. Okay. And that's why I'm doing it as well, is that I'm able to, you know, communicate this to you, and you're watching in real time, you know, make these calls, hear people, how they respond. This is not filtered. This is not edited. This basically is how I am getting my leads and how I respond to people's maybe positive attitude, maybe their negative attitude and whatnot. So, you know, this is why I think you having someone that is doing this in real time can help them. Okay. So, going to go ahead and make some more calls here. Super important. All right. All right. Now, I like this right here. This isn't to say, okay? Everyone everywhere was a chance to do something new, okay? To persevere with cheery pioneer spirit, whatever fate befell her and her husband. So here it's talking about Laura Ingalls Wilder. And she faced some of the toughest and unwelcome elements on the planet, that she had to be in harsh Indian territory, Kansas prairies, and humid backwoods of Florida. Okay, she went through a very, very difficult thing, okay? Now, she was able to persevere with a great spirit about her, whatever fate befell her and her husband. Now, this isn't to say, it says here in this book, that the world to see the world through, fake rose-colored glasses, oh, everything's cheery no matter what's happening. Instead, look, she simply chose to see each situation for what it could be. Yes, with hard work and a good attitude. And the thing is, others make the opposite choice. As for us, we face things that are not nearly as intimidating, and then we promptly decide that we're screwed. Doesn't that apply to your cold calling and to your business interactions? You don't have that, sort of result that you want, and you say, oh, everything's messed up. The system is screwed. People are teaching me or not really understanding what I'm doing or whatever. And, I'm screwed, basically. There's no good here. There's nothing good for me. I'm going to fail. This is not going to work out, etc. You have to see things from a positive point of view. It's always the same thing, okay? All right, so keep it moving here. All right, let's call Mary. See if she wants to sell her house. Just doing some cold calls here. Oh, I'm going to do it now. Okay. I don't know if you're able to hear the office noise in the background, but I like to have that.
Call has been forwarded to an automated.
Let's see how many we can get right now in the next, 10, 15 minutes. All right, so let's call Mr. Rodriguez or Miss Rodriguez. I have no idea, but we're gonna find out. Are we not? Okay.
Hello?
Hi, is this Miss Rodriguez?
Who's calling?
Hi, my name's Luis. I'm calling about your property on Neltnor Boulevard. You got a minute?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Hey,
¿Puedes hablar español?
my español no está siempre bien, pero voy a tratar. ¿Está bien?
Ajá.
Ok, perfecto. Señora Rodríguez, estoy llamando acerca de la propiedad en el Neltnor Boulevard. ¿Usted es la dueña de esa casa?
Sí.
Oh, perfecto. No, nomás me interesaba ver si usted quería un offer para su casa. Yo soy un real estate investor. Yo compro casas, las arreglo y tal, esas cosas. No sé si usted quería, ha considerado vender.
No estoy interesada. No.
Perfecto. Ok, pues mire, si un día cambia su mente o si usted conoce a alguien que quiere vender la casa, una casa que ellos tienen, déjanos saber, ¿ok?
Ok, muchas gracias.
Perfecto. Ok, pase un buen día. Gracias.
Bye.
Bye.
Igualmente, bye.
Okay. The more I do it, the better I get at it. The more I do it, the what do you call it? That novice, that stench of novice is going to be fading away. All right. So let's keep moving with the next one. Didn't really stick to the script on that one because it was she was asking me to speak in Spanish and whatnot. So okay, we got to put here not interested. So we don't call him back. Okay, let's go. Next one. Now, most of these people are not going to want to sell their house, but one might. 1 out of 100. And that one, hang on a second. that'll scare the crap out if you're not expecting it. And I've had this issue before, and this probably has to do with the internet connection or whatnot. So that is not a ringtone that they have. People have some interesting ringtones though, or dial tones when you're calling them. Sometimes, not always. They used to have music back in the day. They probably still do, but it's not as popular as it was before.
Hello?
Hey, I'm looking for Ron.
This is Ron.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Louis. I'm calling about your property over there on McConnell Avenue. You got a minute?
I do, yeah.
Perfect. Hey, well, I was driving by the area just the other day, and as a local real estate investor, I was, really liking the area. I don't know. Have you ever considered getting a cash offer on the property over there?
Not really,
No,
but
not really. Okay.
I'm open for ideas.
Open for ideas. Yeah, because we look at properties that people want to sell. Sometimes they're in distress situations and distress condition, the properties, and we come in and we, buy them, or we can, set up a situation where we can make payments on the behalf of the owner and whatnot. So if you're open to that, we can have a conversation about it if you like.
Well, I'm not really wanting to sell. How did you come about my name and
Yeah.
number?
Yeah. Like I said, I was just in the area the other day, and this is just like public information. We can find property owners' information on the internet. But if you're not interested in selling, that's okay. We could just, if you want to keep my number, if you ever think about it, in the future, or somebody that wants to sell, have them give us a call. Our company is based out of St. Charles. Yeah, so we're legit real estate investment company.
Well, I'm not really interested in selling.
Perfect. Hey, no worries, Ron. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You bet.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thanks. Bye-bye. That almost took turns that I didn't want to take. You should have an answer for everything, especially if you're making a lot of cold calls. You should have already a response to the most common ones. Like this one is common. This objection of, hey, how did you get my information? I didn't tell nobody, So basically I was trying to tell them, hey, I was driving by the area and I just, Google searched the area here. As an investment company, we have access to records and whatnot, but you don't want to get too deep into how you got that. The person who asked that question, obviously is trying to steer the conversation in a certain direction, but you, as a professional cold caller that you are, you're the professional, you're going to steer it back to where you want it to be. That's why I kind of answered the question. And then I said, if you're not willing to sell, hey, that's not a problem, blah, 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 let us know. And I kind of went back into my script of, if you ever change your mind, if you know somebody that needs to sell, give us a call. And I did, add a little bit of, adding credibility to it. Like, hey, we're a legit, real estate investment company. We're based out of this town, etc. So kind of help them understand that. But again, it is a not interested. So we're going to keep on moving. Like I said, I'm expecting to make a lot of calls. And I believe I have a suspicion that maybe 1 out of 100 might say yes. So we'll see. The thing is, in that particular neighborhood, took me like about 45 minutes to drive up and down those streets. And I mean, there's a lot of zigzags. There's a lot of different roads. So it's best. I recommend that you have an app that records your drive open, at least so that you can sort of see on the map, hands on the wheel, right? But looking down and seeing where your progress is being made, okay? Because you could feel like you drove that whole neighborhood, all right? I'm talking about driving for dollars right now. But if you don't have an app that actually marks the path that you actually drove by, and sort of paint that map blue or whatever based on the path, you're gonna leave a lot of houses on the table. So that's what I did yesterday, was that I drove by this area. So when I tell them, hey, I was driving by the area, that is absolute truth, okay? And I'm a real estate investor, and I like the area. I just wanted to ask, so that's basically how you go about that. Okay, we're gonna keep on going here. I'm still waiting for that angry person. Let's go. Okay. All right, cold calling right now. and adding some wisdom from the book called The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. All right. This way.
Please leave your message for 63.
All right, no answer on that one. Actually, I'm going to go right into dialing the next one right away because I have something to share with you, but I'm going to wait. Okay. Okay. So she actually texted me. I'm gonna respond with a. She sent me a text message and she said, "Sorry, I can't talk right now." So let me just send her a text message, and basically let her know what we're talking about here. I mean, if she wants to sell, if she's motivated, she'll reach out to us. It's basically like every call we're making, it's like we're manually putting a billboard. Hey, listen, you want to sell? No. You want to sell? No. You want to sell? No. Like, you don't get discouraged when if you put a billboard out on the street, you don't get discouraged like saying, hey, one car just passed and they didn't say nothing. They didn't call us, man. Oh, another car just passed. They didn't call us. Oh no. Oh, I feel rejected. No. Who cares about the cars that are passing? It's the car that calls you that gives you that interest, that interests you basically, okay? In the same way, cold calling, we are dialing, and we're basically the vocal billboard that shows up on their phone and we actually talk with them, okay? If you're willing to be like that robot, you're willing to be that system, that machine that calls over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, then if you're set and you want to do that, then go ahead, by all means, keep calling. You're the billboard, you're not going to get discouraged just because so-and-so said no. I basically see it almost as, okay, these are just cars passing by my sign. My sign is my voice right now, okay? That's all I want to do. And I think I just heard my doorbell ring, so that means that my lunch is officially here. I'm going to make one more phone call before I have my break. So with that being said, and you saw how I placed that order, and it's already here. So don't mind me. I'm getting a little bit excited here because of my lunch. But I got to tell you, dude, I am hungry. I did Driving for Dollars this morning. I cleaned up my place a little bit here. And now I'm just making some calls, okay? So let me make one more call here, and then we're going to get moving. I made about 20 calls, I think, during this time. Hey, how's it going? Is this Mr. Calvo?
No, wrong number.
I apologize. Thank you very much. Okay, so wrong number. All right. Because that was a wrong number, I'm actually going to call one more. I want to make sure that I'm getting as much exposure to people now. That's one thing that came up, okay? This is an opportunity that I just saw right here with me, right? When someone says to me, hey, this is the wrong number, okay, that's somebody, though, that he might own a house or he might know somebody that wants to sell. I cannot just let those people slide just because it's a wrong number, right? So if I am trying to get my name out there, if I'm a billboard, my voice is a billboard, why can I not even just ask them a question like, hey, just a quick question. Do you know somebody that is willing to sell? Okay, maybe that's what I'm going to incorporate in my thing. You see how taking a rejection, even though this was a no, right? It was a no, but taking a rejection and then flipping it and asking a question gives you maybe an opportunity to do that, okay? So that's how we do it. All right, one more call here before we take a little break and see what we can do about this. I don't think I'm gonna drive for dollars anymore today. I got too many leads to go through. He's got a lot of property. He's got at least 3 houses on my list.
Hello?
Hey, I'm looking for Thomas. Is this Thomas?
You're looking for who?
Thomas Brizola. Are you the property owner of a house on York Avenue, 137 York Avenue?
No, I'm not.
Oh, my apologies. This is probably a wrong number then, huh?
Well, it's 3361432 it is.
Huh. All right. Well, yeah, I'm a local real estate investor here in the area. I was just calling the neighborhood here to see if people were open to getting an offer on their property. Do you have, you know anyone that wants to sell their house?
I'm not from that area, and I don't know anybody there.
Appreciate your patience, and well, you have yourself a nice day, okay?
Bye.
All right, thank you. All right, with that, we're gonna end it. You know what though? You did see how I was able to see a mistake that I made, and I adjusted myself. And when someone says this is a wrong number, I fixed it and I implemented it right here on the spot live for you, right? I asked another follow-up question because we're persistent, right? In a good way, but because we believe that we have a service to offer people. Okay, and that's what we're doing, and that's what we're all about here, is providing help to individuals. That's why here, The Obstacle is the Way is a really good book for you to read. Like I said, I'm going to make a video about this book here and give some more insights and perspective into this. But implementing this into my business practice, into my cold calling, has changed a lot of things in the way I look at things that causes me to continue rolling on in the business. So if you can put, principles from this book into practice in your business, you also would be very, very benefited into, getting your business up and running and moving forward. Okay. So with that said, thanks a lot for joining me. This video has been about 45 minutes long or so, and I made about 20 calls. I'm going to make some more later on, but I just wanted to record this video to share some insights that I've been getting from this so that you can be helped in your endeavors. And until next time, hey, go ahead and, keep on trucking, like we say in the truckers field.